What's happening, people? What's good, guys? How are we doing this evening? M-Jab, what's good, man? Greg, what's good? Hybrid for life. You know what it is, bro. You know exactly what it is. Good evening, everyone. Sack Trades, how you doing, my man? No credits, what's good? Glad to have you here, my friend. It's quiet across the board, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Not much is happening. But we're going to have a bit of a conversation this evening. We're going to put things to bed. We're just going to help you guys understand the story. Okay? Mad love and respect for everyone passing through tonight. I'm going to keep this short and sweet tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Because I just need to air a couple of things out. Because people are trying to make sense of the chaos in the marketplace. But what I need you to do this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is to approach this with an open mind. Okay? We're already coming to the acceptance that this game is uncertain. Alright? So, with what I'm about to talk about, should help you put things into perspective. Okay? So cool. What have we got? All of YouTube. Oh my God, what's happening? Welcome to the Wick. I like that. That is so true. That is so true. That is crazy. That's it. All right then, ladies and gentlemen. For anybody new that's passed through to the channel, be sure to subscribe. That's all you need to do. We are here every single day talking about understanding the way price moves and trying to relate that with the way human psychology responds to what they understand as value. Okay? So we're going to dive into a couple of concepts this evening, ladies and gentlemen. And I just want to leave these thoughts with you so you can just think about them in your own time. And then when you come to the charts, you'll have that little bit more of a critical approach when it comes to just placing trades. All right? So mad love and respect for anyone new that is passing through this evening. Let's have a conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Okay then. First things first, guys. Bitcoin ain't doing anything. Okay? We've had a nice little drop to the downside. But they are only doing what they have done over here. All right? Now, let's look at the bigger picture so that we can understand where we are. Okay? Principally, the number one goal for anyone that is trading the hybrid system is to establish the weekly cycle. And this is what we look for. So for anyone new, this is a cyclical display of price action that we expect on a weekly basis. Okay? We get Monday, Sunday, Monday. All right? Now, this is in relation to Forex. All right? So Sunday, Monday is this area here. All right? Then you have day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and then we go into the weekend. Because Forex trades 5 days a week. Crypto trades every single day. Okay? And our goal is to try and understand and make sense of where we are in the cycle. Because market makers move in cycles. Everyone follows the Wyckoff. Everyone follows Elliott Wave principle. Everyone's looking at harmonics. There's a reason as to why people are coming up with these concepts, because the market maker himself has this behavior. He does the same thing over and over again, and people are trying to make sense of it. All right? The number one goal for anyone with the hybrid system is to establish where we are in the cycle. And the way we work that out is we look for patterns and we look for behavior around key notable areas. Okay? So look at this. You've got an M formation right here. Price drops, retraces, and then we see a drop to the downside. All right? We would understand that to be a level 1 area. This is the consolidation. So it's a level 1 drop. Okay? From here to here, level 1 drop. We now waited for the level 2 drop bang, that's exactly what we've got. Okay? The principle would say that we are now expecting another cyclical drop to the downside, right? By the principle of this weekly move to the downside, okay? That's what the concept is. If the market maker is going to move in threes, we would expect 3 hits to the downside. So we've had the first move, we've had the second move, now we're waiting for one more attempt. All right? People are blaming the Fed. Well, look, the way, this is what I need you to do, and approach this with an open mind, ladies and gentlemen. All right? How can we correlate the movement of the cycle in relation to the Fed? Since when has Bitcoin cared about the Fed? All of a sudden now, people are trying to make sense of Bitcoin's behavior, but no one's talking about cycles. Now, some people might say, no, you're wrong, Tino, you're wrong, Tino, the Fed and then the US and what have you. Okay, let me put this into perspective then. Check this out. Just to put things into perspective for you. Let's look at gold for a minute. All right? On the 3rd of January, all right, gold had made the move to the downside. They had dropped price. Now, we understand the market maker goes long when we see price dropping, because you can only sell if someone's in a position to buy. So fear comes, not fear, but price comes to the downside in gold. People are getting rid of their positions in gold because they want to start putting them into risk on assets. Okay? Stay with me, guys. Stay with me. All right? So we know that price has dropped. Well, when this actually happened, all right, throughout the week, okay, there was going to be a declaration, or not a declaration, there was going to be a news announcement. So, on the 3rd, gold drops. And then on Tuesday, okay, we had the ISM manufacturing index coming out, all right? And, of course, we had the JOLTS job reports and what have you. And then the next day, we had the non-farm employment change. So this was at the start of the year, okay? So really, some important information was going to be released at the start of the end. This was on Tuesday the 4th. On the 3rd, gold had made the move to the downside, all right? Now, what I always want to try and get into your minds is this, ladies and gentlemen. You have to accept that the players in the marketplace, the market makers, the guys who move the money, you cannot be naive to assume that they don't know the result of things. I've stared at this so much, and I started to understand that they must know the information beforehand, because how are they going to build price in the way that they want to build it and then get the returns that they want to get and use news as an excuse to get it in that area? 3rd of January, gold drops. It forms a pattern. 4th of January, the news comes out about the US dollar. So the manufacturing index, they projected that it was going to be 60. It actually came in at 58.7. So it came in worse than expected. All right. There was still no contraction in the industry, because if it's a reading below 50, it's a problem. Anything above 50 is happy days. But it was below what they had anticipated and what they forecast. Look what gold does. Flies straight up. So the market maker, even if you weren't even aware of that news information, ladies and gentlemen, they had already prepared price. Because we know that if we weren't going to pay attention to any news and not even care about whatever was being discussed that day, we would have expected them to come back towards the red vector candle. They had formed the pattern here, the W formation, all right? The first leg, lower than the second leg, happy days, W formation, candle shifting out of the zone, 1, 2, 3 hits to the high. And there was the result. Because of the bad news in the US, or the news didn't come out as favorable to the investors or the economists, and price moves all the way to the upside. Okay? They prepared price again. Then the FOMC minutes comes out. Risk is back on. People are favoring to put money into riskier assets. They remove all their liquidity from gold. Oh, funnily enough, they recover the previous green vector candles. So do they know the information beforehand? Or has it come to a surprise that all of a sudden now traders out there are feeling optimistic and now they're going to start putting their money into riskier assets because they don't want to be putting money into gold as a safe haven? Look at Bitcoin. You're saying to me that this is because of the Fed? Nah, man. It's all part of the cycle. It's all part of the behavior. Now, some of you might think, oh, Tino, man, shut up. What are you talking about? Go back and look at any news announcement that has come out in Forex and look at what dollar yen does and look at what gold does. You guys bore witness to it. Okay? It was on that Sunday, or no, that Monday afternoon on the stream when we had gold, Bitcoin, and dollar yen. And there was a news announcement that was coming out. Both dollar, gold, and Bitcoin, all three of them were rising. Okay? The news that came out wasn't favorable. But gold was the only one that kept on holding its precedence because the news that had come out wasn't favorable for the dollar. But dollar was still rising. They had initiated the trap. So they had used the news to mark up price and then bring price back down again. I know you guys remembered that. Okay? You have to understand this, guys. People are blaming the Fed because of Bitcoin's drop. No one's talking about cyclical behavior. We're expecting this move. We expected this move. I wasn't waiting for the Fed to tell me the information. The market makers are saying, okay, everyone is paying attention to the Fed. Everyone is waiting for something to be said. Let's get the idea and install fear in people's eyes. Bang, they'll take their money out of Bitcoin and start putting it onto other dollar risk assets. Happy days. It's got nothing to do with the Fed, but that's my opinion. Guys out there might challenge me and say, from an economist point of view, they might challenge me, but I'm being straight with you. I've seen it happen so many times. And even I myself, I'll be questioning it and say, hold on, I say, really? Is it that really? Are they that naive to assume that no one's going to clock onto this thinking? Like, you know, you can't assume that market makers are not in understanding or know what information is being rolled out. This is the FOMC minutes, man. This stuff is typed up beforehand. All right? The only true time, okay, where there is inconsistencies and people don't know what's going to be declared or not, all right, is if there is a Q&A. And then even then the questions are controlled. They're only allowed to say certain things. Do not go on the basis that the Fed is the reason why Bitcoin has dropped. Whatever story they tell you, it was a cyclical move. M formation. See, when you saw the M formation, you were expecting a level 1 drop and a level 2 drop. Now, how many of you were aware of the Fed having the conversation? No one was paying attention to that. All of a sudden now, we're paying attention to the Fed because it's the reason why Bitcoin dropped. Man, please. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. I don't care what anyone says. It's just this behavior happens over and over again. They use the news to move price. News does not move price. It's just a catalyst. Remember, how are they going to exploit? How are they going to pay themselves? We were expecting 2 level drops to the downside by no surprise. We were expecting it from the moment this M formation printed. So are we blaming the Fed? Or are we going to agree that this is a cyclical move to the downside? You know? Even worse. Even worse. You know? You guys need it. This is it. Technical analysis. I agree. Technical analysis doesn't work. There is something bigger happening behind here. You know? This is why we follow the cycles of the market maker. Their behavior. Remember, this mechanism, ladies and gentlemen, is designed to just move money from one place to the next. You know? That's all it is. That's what it is, man. And this is what gets me every time when people are like, oh, the Fed came out and disclosed some information, and that's why Bitcoin has dropped. No, it's not. You want to make sense of the chaos, just try and blame something that looks legitimate. Well, I'm sorry, it's not. If you've been in the game of trading, okay, you'll understand they move in cycles, all right? And that's what the goal of every trader is, to try and establish where they are in the cycle. Whatever indicates. So how many Fibonacci's, okay, how many Fibonacci plays declared that the Fed was going to do this to price? Where was that mentioned in Fibonacci's? Where was that mentioned in the Toblerones, the Mario flags, the pennants, the bull flags, the bear flags? Where do they disclose that the Fed's going to release information and then it's going to lead to price dropping to the downside? Nowhere. It's all to do with the cyclical behavior. They have to move in threes. They've been building their longs. They're building their shorts above key notable area. Now they're in the markdown phase. Drop level 1, drop level 2. They've got some more liquidity here, building the shorts above key notable area. Bang, off it goes. If I'm challenging conventional wisdom, I'm making you think, hold on a sec here, what are you talking about, bro? I'm an economist. I've studied this. I've studied that. Well, this is the real world, okay? We ain't dealing with textbooks right here. Because that's the problem with fundamentalists. The fundamentalists will always want things to be a certain way in the future, and they have a great vision. You got to love the fundamentalists, okay? But let's be practical, ladies and gentlemen. All right? We ain't got time to be worrying about what it's going to do in the future. We ain't got time to worry about Bitcoin getting to 100K when we can't even get over 44. Okay? We need to look at what it's doing now. That's all we need to care about. And where's it likely to go next? Well, we still got to acknowledge the fact that the wick has still not yet been fully recovered. Look at how they're containing price today, ladies and gentlemen. The 50 EMA is coming to price, not price going to the 50. There's a problem. I'm seeing some comments all on Twitter. People are just throwing out there bear flags, bear traps, bull traps, you know, probing people, all right? Making people believe stuff. You got to be careful, man. You know? Again, the theme of tonight and today's video is to get you guys to just be careful. Do not commit your hard-earned money just on a whim. Do the homework. Study it. I'll try my hardest to guide you as much as I physically can and get you familiar with cyclical patterns. You want proof of all of this stuff, guys? Watch the streams. Every single stream. I've been in Bitcoin's face non-stop. When the big drops have happened, when the big rises have happened, I've been there with you non-stop. I don't shy away from price action. Okay? Because when Bitcoin drops, that's when my homeboy market maker's making his move. Why would I not want to pay attention to that? Because he's moving money. He's taking advantage. And my craft is based on understanding his behavior. Are you with me on this, ladies and gentlemen? Are you actually with me on this? Mad days. Look at ADA. What are we going to see with ADA, man? I'm not going to look at too many coins tonight, guys. I just want to put things into perspective, just to put everyone on the focus point, okay? ADA has done nicely to come back to the 50 EMA. This is what you want Bitcoin to do, but Bitcoin ain't doing it. All right? And we've got, oh, look at that lovely wick recovery, ADA. Thank you very much, ADA. You've been ever so kind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, man. 7 hits to the downside. You need to sit tight. ADA's always that dark horse, I think. You know, when Bitcoin's not doing anything, ADA likes to pop its head up and say, yo, what's good? You know? But principally, look, you can see she respected the psychological ranges. She's come back up and recovered the previous red vector. Again, be mindful. With Bitcoin right now, all right, we are in cyclical moves to the downside, okay? Looking at the glass node itself, let's see what the update is. Look, leverage at 2, look at that, 0.2. Unbelievable, massive ratio, all right? Let's look at something else that might put things into perspective for you. Check this out. Where is it? Here we go. Where are we in terms of traders' sentiment? Right now, ladies and gentlemen, in this chart, all right, traders are now at a point of anxiety, Okay? This is where we are. Check this out. I'll look at Mana in a sec. Traders, investors, guys who have got unrealized profits in Bitcoin are now feeling anxious. It's going down. Look at the key below. When it's going up, optimism. When it's going down, they've got anxiety. All right? What's worst thing about it is everyone was talking about Bitcoin going to 100K when the sentiment was people were in denial that Bitcoin could not go down. It could not go down. And the Glassnode just demonstrates that for you and just shows you people's mentality. People want to hold on to something. They want their dream to be realized. People want to blame something so they can feel good about the false information that they've been getting. Okay? I don't know, man. It just baffles me at times. I just want to make sure you guys understand there is something bigger happening behind the scenes. This is a business model which serves to line the pocket of the person who contributes. Anyone that invests in a business would like to make a return on their business. Mr. Market Maker, as the liquidity provider, invests his monies in people who want to buy and sell positions and trade in the financial markets. All right? He wants a return on his investment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's been doing that very well these past couple of days. All right? Just look at Mana for a split second. Mana makes a nice move to the upside. Beautiful play. Great play. Thank you very much, Proto Man. You didn't have to do that, man. Also look at FET. Yep, I'll have a look at FET for you. So Mana itself has done some pretty interesting price action. Problem is because it's done so fast, it looks like it's maybe a news play. You really want to be careful of this. Like I said earlier on in the stream yesterday, whenever you see price make a move towards a moving average, which is beyond the actual range of the actual price action, normal price action, there's a good chance it's going to come back down and recover it. A lot of people got squashed out here. People riding shorts probably had to pay the price. Right, so just be careful with this sort of play. These are psychological plays. They are designed to induce people to commit liquidity. What reason? Look what you guys have asked me. Can you look at Mana? Oh, look what Mana's done, Tina. Look what Mana's done. You're asking me to look at what Mana's done. People are looking at Mana and buying into Mana right now. Now it's pulling back. What a perfect time to get involved in Mana. That's the market maker. He likes to set it up and go the opposite direction. Yeah? That's what it's all about. Let's just look at FET. Wow, it's crazy price action by FET, man. See, like this ain't an environment to be trading. You know, this is not an environment to be trading. You want to just wait for it to stabilize. Wait until it starts to form a direction. Look, 50 EMA flat, 800 flat, 200 flat. No interest. All right, we're holding the psychological range, but be careful when you're looking at trying to trade these sort of coins. Okay? Wi-Fi. All right, listen, I need the ticker symbol for Wi-Fi, man, because I don't know if I get it right. YFI. Is that it? I'm guessing it is that. Oh, wow. Look at that. Pattern actually ended up lower, and they fulfilled it. Tested the 800 EMA. Red candle, green candle formation, shift out. Happy days. It's funny that is, isn't it? How Wi-Fi is making the move, but Bitcoin ain't doing nothing. And is near enough the same price. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I ain't going to bother with Bitcoin anymore, man. Why are we talking about Bitcoin? Why are we talking about this bad boy right here? Look at that. Trades beautifully. Look at that. There's some obvious plays with Wi-Fi, man. Beautiful play. I like this coin. Well, I'm going to pay attention to this coin. It's come back up above the 50 EMA. Price is now trying to cross over. Sorry, 200 EMAs there. 50 getting ready to cross. Is a nice little play there. You know? Yeah, and that's it. That is it. Man, forgive me for these past couple of days, guys. I've been going mad on it, man. I've just been getting frustrated with what people are witnessing across the board, man. It's just disgusting. Oh, look at that. Preparing for the vector recovery. Look at that. Beautiful play. Is it the altcoin dominance now? Let's actually look at this. Let's look at the totals chart. What are the altcoins doing? Altcoins are seeing nice movement back up towards the 50, but not actually breaking above the 50. Okay? With the exception of Bitcoin. Okay? And where we at with the total market cap? Not much. But we are wanting to see price coming back up again. Okay? Got to be very careful here, guys. Price isn't coming to the 50. 50's coming to price. And the reason why that's important is because it tells me that there's no momentum to push price towards the volatility of price. It means there's no retracement backing into the range. Okay, so that they can start getting traders to start making moves again. When the 50 comes down towards price, it shows that things are really slowing down, and then we'll still be waiting for a move. And there could be a lot of fake moves from it as well. Yeah? So be mindful on that basis, ladies and gentlemen. Okay then. What else have we got? Let's have a look at Ethereum. Terrible. Range daily low taken, man. Range daily low taken. As I said to you earlier on today, be mindful about buying dips. All right? Don't go bold, heads deep, mad head, and go in and start buying dips because everyone's talking about buying dips, talking about crashes and all that chaos. All right? Perseverance, ladies and gentlemen. Let them show you their hand. Okay? When you sit playing poker at a card table, okay? Just before you decide to shove your chips in, you go and look at your cards, don't you? All right? The moment you agree to shoving all your chips, what is it that you like to do straight away after that? To the opposite player, you're asking him, show your cards. Show us your cards then. Come on. Put your money where your mouth is. Show me your hand. He shows you your hand. You verify. Have you beaten him or not? Happy days. So why would you not do the same in trading? Go to Mr. Market Maker. Show me your hand. Don't just blindly go all in. You could be at a beat. Improve the chances of your hand playing out. Improve the chances of it playing in your favor by making sure that your environment that you are trying to trade within is actually favorable. Yeah? Don't buy no dip until there is conviction that they are looking to try and move higher. Okay? In my opinion, you want to be in this sort of area here before you're even going to consider any dips. You want to wait for moving averages to come down and regulate and cross over. You want to wait for 5 and 13 EMA to cross over the 1 hour 50 EMA. All right? We've still got time yet. And people have come up to me and they've said to me, look, Tino, you've been saying, go short, don't go long. And I haven't gone long. And Bitcoin went up and I'm really cheesed off about it. All right, where you at now, bro? All right? Where you at now? You got angry at me because Bitcoin formed an M formation and hit 52. And because I've been saying be aware, you got a little bit scared and you didn't place a long. Well, guess what? Lucky you. If you didn't place a long, well, congratulations, my friend. Because you would have been in a short if you didn't think otherwise. One of them ones, guys. It's one of them ones. Listen, guys, I did say I'm going to keep it short and sweet, but let me put it into perspective for you, ladies and gentlemen. Sit tight. I said that this week may be a little bit quiet, but we've had some activity and they may just keep price ranged out from now until the weekend. Okay, so just proceed with caution, ladies and gentlemen. They could be setting things up for next week. All right. Now, if you are new to the channel, mad love and respect for passing through, but make sure you subscribe. All right. Be sure to subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, but more importantly, I want to try and obtain as many pattern watchers as possible. All right. Because the Pattern Watchers family is huge. Okay? Join the Discord. It's free of charge to do. And head over to the website, which is pinned to the top of the chat, so you can download the indicators free of charge. This is all about helping you understand the nature of this game that we call trading. Mad love and respect to every single one of you. Have yourself a wonderful evening. Take care of yourselves. Peace.